Today's show is sponsored by Microdose Gummies. There's a rising trend of folks using THC gummies for both general wellness and performance enhancement. Microdose Gummies deliver entry-level doses of THC that help you feel just right. It's a sweet spot between CBD and THC that give you the benefits of both with a mood lift, creative boost, and a greater sense of calm. So, if you want to get into the zone creatively or wind down from a long day, Microdose Gummies are available nationwide. And you can learn more about them and microdosing by visiting microdosegummies.com and use code LEWIS, LEWIS, to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Once again, that's microdosegummies.com and use the code LEWIS. Nobody likes waking up and feeling like crap. That I'm sure of. Huh? But with GhostBed, you don't need to worry about that. At GhostBed, you'll find made in the USA mattresses with premium materials and backed by 20 to 25-year warranties. Plus, take 101 nights to break it in with their sleep trial. Listeners can get 30% off mattresses, plus 2 free pillows, or 40% off GhostBed bundles with a mattress and adjustable base. Use promo code LEWIS, that's LEWIS, at ghostbed.com/Lewis for a limited time.
This could all go horribly wrong at any minute.
And the rubber chicken says... In memory of Queen Elizabeth, I will not be speaking today. Really? Really? I guess not. Well, we're going to get on with... I'm stunned. I did not know that he had a relationship with the Queen. Well, it's time to get on with Rantcast 99, entitled Political Spam-O-Rama. Okay, I am just about had it with, stop sending me shit, okay, on a daily basis. There are 50 to 60 fucking things rolling in from a variety of candidates, and God love them, and God love what they got to say, and I get it, and it's, everywhere from Georgia and up through Pennsylvania, Ohio. Fetterman is like my, John Fetterman might as well be my fucking pen pal. How many times, if you ask. No, I'm not, you can't say, you can't get 3 emails in this being the most dangerous campaign. All 3 can't be the most dangerous. I'm just sick of it. I can't do it. They gotta stop fucking, it's just... Put up, I keep thinking I'm going to end up voting for those people who didn't send me any shit. But I can't do that because some of those people are just, they are the most dangerous. So but it's unbelievable to me that we still live in a time frame in which, what did they do before this? Huh? What the fuck were they doing? Where did the money come from? I can't even remember when they just had to mail it out. Or do they just have every candidate sitting around with a fucking cup in front of a Kroger or some shit? I just can't. I can't take it anymore. We have to stop it. You basically have to say, this is the money that you get to run on. No more of this fucking PACs. No more of this. I'm raising money. We raise more money than you. Therefore, we're going to win. No, done. Okay, bullshit on a stick, and and also, the Democrats deserve. You can't pump money into an asshole's election. For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure that many of you do, that the Democrats, because they're such fucking geniuses, have decided the best way to win this election is that during the primaries they would pump money into the most. Kind of the candidate who said the most egregious things imaginable, the candidate who was the most lunatic Republican candidate, the last person on earth who should be getting any money for anything. It's got nothing to do with democracy. I'm gonna get this. For fuck's sake, what planet can you be on? And it's not even a question. Well, it could backfire on them. The strategy. It's not strategy. It's stupidity, and it's disgusting. And I'm sorry if you saw me just spit then, but that's how pissed I am today. Oh, and I don't even know why, because it's my day off, and that's the other reason I'm pissed. Because it's my day off, and I'm sitting here, and I just literally went through 50 spams. Okay, God, whew. And otherwise I turn on the TV. The good news today is the fact that there's no news. It's the pomp and circumstance of they're burying the Queen, so we don't have to go through the 50,000 conjectures about what's going to happen with the Mar-a-Lago investigation or the other investigation, the one in Georgia or the one in New York or all the other ones that are being done. And how many fucking investigations does it take before somebody thinks that maybe he might have done something wrong? What do you need for that? But but at least today I don't have to listen to that crap. It's unbelievable. Inflation is inflating, and it continues to inflate. It inflates on levels that are Joe Biden his approval rate is at 45%. What? Who gives it? What are the numbers? It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Fucking just get together this week, you assholes. Just get some fucking experts together, sit down and figure out what to do about inflation rather than one side kind of tooting the fact that they're going to fix it while the other side is scrambling around looking for another lifeboat. Come on. And then the other group will come in. And all I can think of when this kind of shit hits the fan is that, the next one elected will be like the equivalent of a Herbert Hoover, and we'll be fucked again. But we'll save that. I'm not even going to. I'm sorry I haven't brought that up. Now I'm really depressed. But that was it. We had a great week. It was really good to get started again, and I found that, I have somewhat of a memory, and we were able to cobble together what I think is almost an act, and it'll be better next week. And I have to thank the audiences this week in Northampton and Lowell and in Waterville, and last night we were in Rutland, Vermont. And and I have to thank all of them for being so great in terms of gracious audiences, allowing me, really kind of giving me a lot of leeway to do my to stumble through my act. They were quite kind. They were quite kind, and a good friend Matthew from the Jason Hills. The Creamery, or the Jasper Hills, sorry. Jasper Hill. Once I got Hills. Our good friend Matthew from the Jasper Hill Creamery, I guess they call it, but I don't know. They make cheese, Jasper Hill, and it's fucking unreal cheese. And I know this is. But it really is. If you've not tried it, it's really exceptional. I got to see him, and he brought some cheese, and hopefully we'll be doing something with them down the road. And if not, I'll just be eating the cheese, and you'll go, God, look at Lewis, got bigger and bigger. What happened? And it's because I ate a lot of that cheese because it's so fucking good. But it was good to see him. I got to see William Converse Roberts, a very fine actor that I went to school with, and a few other friends along the way. It was quite nice. Brian Swanenkamp. I'm just throwing these out because I got nothing to fucking talk about. I'm done. I'm finished. We're moving on. We're on the road. We're going to come back to you next week. We'll be in Warren, Ohio. Named, I think, after Warren Harding. I'm making that up, but that's because Jeff, my opening act, is a presidential fan, and I'm going to beat him to the punch on the Warren Harding thing. if it's even right. But we'll be in Warren. I don't think I've ever been. We've never been in Warren, ever. Quite exciting. And then on to Dayton, where I have spent a bit of time, where I was lucky enough that they were kind enough to do One Slight Hitch a number of years ago. Then on to Carmel, Indiana, which is right down the street from Indianapolis, Indiana, where we'll be, which is the home, of course, of the Kurt Vonnegut Museum and Library, where I am the chairman of the board of it, and we looking forward to visiting there. And this, by the way, is Banned Books Week. Banned Books Week. And the Vonnegut Library, if you go to our website, you'll see what we're doing in regard to that. And the New York Public Library is doing it. A lot of people are getting out there and saying, and they're sending books out to places where the books have been banned. The Brooklyn Library has done that, and the Vonnegut Library has done it, and and this has got to stop, this banned book shit. That's just got to be a law. No, you cannot ban the books. Okay, you can't do it. All right? Tufsky shitsky, you just can't do it. Enough's fucking enough from these people. All right? You want to do that during the 50s, I get it. You're really upset. I've always been amazed. The first book that I remember that I knew that was banned was Ulysses. And the only reason I kind of hooked up with that was because my father had a copy of it. He's the only person I know who read fucking Ulysses. Okay? So you're going to ban it? Nobody's fucking reading it, asshole. And a lot of the books that you're banning, nobody's reading. But the only thing that you've done is kind of advertise them. That's good, and we talked about that before. But I am sick and fucking tired of you. It's unconscionable. Okay? No need for it. All right? It's called freedom of expression, and it's how people grow is by reading something that challenges their thinking. Idiots. God damn it. I'm a little more irritated than I should be today, and I don't quite understand that because it's my day off, and I shouldn't be this irritated. So I'm looking forward, and I don't know if I mentioned Fort Wayne after Carmel. How good is that? At least I'm scratching away at a memory. Fort Wayne will be quite exciting, and because I've not been back there in 100 years. And that's what we got today, really. You're going to be listening to some really wonderful rants that came to us from the folks in Northampton and Lowell. And just to once again ask you folks out there to, if when you watch on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, if you watch this, be sure and push that you like it. Because that does something. I don't know exactly what it does. All the people at Facebook get all excited and they start twitching, and then there's for those of you, there's subscribe to it. That way you'll always know when we're coming on the air, and we will continue to be doing this. I'm quite excited about these from Northampton and Lowell. But get them out there. Those of you who are coming up, and I'll repeat: Warren, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Carmel, Indiana, and Fort Wayne. Send us your rants, and also if you've got some places you think maybe I should go eat at, or places to check out in terms of food, let me know, because. That's really something I love, and it'll make me feel better. And maybe next time when I'm doing this Rantcast, I won't be so fucking irritated. But it's tough not to be when you're swimming through a river of shit, and that's what we're doing, folks. So good luck. Good luck this week. Hopefully things get better. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping maybe this week they just shut the fuck up and allow us to kind of get through a couple of days without listening to this fucking nonsense that seems to be coming out of the both sides of both parties' mouths. And that's what I got for you today. Here in beautiful, look at the trucks that are there. And They're going to be fixing some things here. It's going to be quite exciting. The infrastructure bill has been passed, and all of this will be, you won't even hear these bumps the next time I'm back, because we're doing what's got to be done. So it's good to see the green still, and the leaves will be falling. We'll be talking about fall next week, and fuck fall. But love you. Take care. Been great spending time with you. Today's show is sponsored by Microdose Gummies. Yabba dabba doo! There's a rising trend of folks using THC gummies for both general wellness and performance enhancement. All sorts of people benefit from daily microdosing to feel healthier and perform better. And you might be interested in how they could benefit you. Microdose gummies deliver entry-level doses of THC that help you feel just right. You know, like that story, the three bears and what's her name? Yeah, Goldilocks. It's a sweet spot between CBD and THC that give you the benefits of both with a mood lift, creative boost, and a greater sense of calm. People take them daily for all kinds of therapeutic purposes: to reduce anxiety, recovery from workouts, alleviate joint pain, get a creative boost, or to just get a good night's sleep. And I'm telling you, I use them for that, and they work for me. No bullshit. So, if you want to get into the zone creatively or wind down from a long day, Microdose gummies are available nationwide. And you can learn more about them and microdosing by visiting microdosegummies.com and use code LEWIS, LEWIS, to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Once again, that's microdose.gummies. Oh, man, that gummy really hit me. Once again, that's microdosegummies.com and use the code LEWIS. Look, there's a lot of stuff I hate in this world. It's why you listen to this podcast, right? I mean, maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I'm not even sure sometimes myself, but I do know one thing that everybody hates, and that's bad sleep. God, does that suck, huh? Maybe you're lying in bed just trying to get to sleep in the first place, or maybe you're a hot sleeper who wakes up sweating. God, I'm glad I don't do that. I sweat just by sitting. That's why I'm glad to partner with GhostBed. They're a family-owned company, and they've been around for 20 years. They know what they're doing. They just don't slap together mattresses like some of these other companies. They actually take the time to make a high-quality, made-in-the-United States of America mattress that's going to help you get the sleep you deserve, and it's going to last. If you're a hot sleeper, you'll want to check out the GhostBed Luxe, which is dubbed the coolest mattress in the world. Try out your mattress for 101 nights with their sleep trial. Shipping is free and most orders ship within 24 hours of checking out. Listeners can get 30% off mattresses plus 2 free pillows, or get 40% off when you bundle a mattress with their adjustable base. Use promo code LEWIS, that's LEWIS, at ghostbed.com/Lewis for a limited time. Like now. Well, we're here at the Academy of Music in the Free State of Northampton. A lovely village in Massachusetts, and the home of Smith College, if I'm correct. And frighteningly, around this area, a number of colleges, staggering, that people would still be educated at this point, but that's what's going on here, and it makes it a unique area. And really, it's a lovely village, and I don't go to a lot of places that really seem to be a village, but this one really seems to be a village. And this is where, and I'd never seen this before, and I've been up here a fucking ton, that this is where Jonathan Edwards, that psychotic, that when I was a child, they taught in either elementary school or junior high, his sermon, Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God, just a delightful polemic written by a mad fucker. And to this day, I look, and I'm still to this day, when I saw that on in one of the historical little things that you've got out there to read, that I never asked a teacher, what the fuck are we reading this for? What is the matter with you? And what the fuck is the matter with him? Son of a bitch. Talk about traumatizing. But I guess he didn't really like the village. So I'm going to share with you a number of the rants that came in. I consider this to be one of the more intelligent places I truly visit as I wander around the country. And it has to do with the fact that it's a village. So that they actually stand outside and go, no, you can't come in until you can speak in a paragraph. And, but oddly enough, I expected more rants to come in, and even from the audience. And there were four very short ones, almost not even a paragraph. None of them were even a paragraph. So you may have snuck across the border, but it's unbelievable. And then so I'm reading others that came in from other places. And I will say I'll be in Lowell tomorrow if you want to kind of, I'll still read stuff from Massachusetts, but I think Lowell may beat you. It won't take much. You just went, and get off what's in your chest, and you went, nothing. It's just so wonderful here. I can't believe I went to see this fucking cantankerous prick tonight. So we'll start with this, Daniel Kennedy. Small town cops are the fucking worst. Yep, well, he's pissed about it. Big city cops are not much fun either. This is from Amanda Stacy. Hi, Lewis. I have been tempted to submit a rant for ages. I have plenty of topics to choose from. A teenager that doesn't want to do anything, a 7-year-old with the attitude of a teenager, and 2 toddlers that are slowly chipping away at what's left of my sanity. Not to mention all the shit going on in politics, women's rights, and the cost of the prescriptions that keep me alive. There's plenty I could rant about, but my rant involves my latest venture. I recently finished my first novel. Well, congratulations, because that's not easy. It's in the editing stage, which is fine. I had to go the route of publishing it myself, and here's where the problem starts. I had no clue what to do to self-publish. So what did I do? I hopped on Google and searched for website builders, self-publishing companies, and how to market. Google is so fucking saturated with ads and ad-affiliated blogs that it is impossible to get honest information about said topics. It irks me to no end how much information I've had to take time and read that was absolutely useless. Fluff pieces about how Amazon is better than any other goddamn company. And by the way, Google, I don't want to pay one fucking penny for Google ads. You are rich enough by selling my personal data to other companies. You don't need my money too. So fuck your ads. Fuck your monopoly of a search engine. Fuck your policies allowing you to monitor me and target ads at me. Fuck you. I will figure out the best way to publish my book with as little help from you as possible. Thank you, Lewis. No, my topic isn't one that many people care about. But I needed to rant about it anyways. If I complain to the people in my life, I think they will fear I'm falling down some conspiracy theory rabbit hole. I'm not. I promise. I'm just pissed off. Thank you, Amanda. Saul Renaud. Why are kids such little shits? And why do we keep having them? I know why, but man, they drag me down. Saul lives here in Happy Town. This is from Sia Mia, and I'm only going to read a bit of it. It's maybe the whole thing. Because this is the only long one that I got from Northampton. When you last appeared on stage in Northampton, you read a letter on the subject of different shaped minds. With such sincere clarity and passion, I thought you might have written it yourself, but I know you didn't because I did. Thank you for your crystal clear and kind delivery and for sharing it with your audience online as well. I'm blown away by the enormous response it received. See, fuckers? Okay, you blew it. I'm also surprised by the amount of people who related to me by saying they had mental illness too, which was definitely not the point I was making. But whatever, they were very moving. Another delightful aspect was the high ratio of very kind, thoughtful people full of compliments on my writing and support for my well-being versus the assholes with dick twat to say but said it anyway. The person who said I couldn't get through it without a dig to Trump, not true, I could. I chose not to. To the few marriage proposals sprinkled in, thank you. And I'm still laughing at that and still considering. I didn't stay in Northampton because the men were too married. No, I'm kidding. They were too mental. No, I'm kidding. It was the fucking winter. Now I live somewhere warm where nobody concentrates on anything ever. So I feel wicked smart just for pointing out a squirrel. Look, a squirrel, wow. Yep, I'm getting a big ego. Mostly I'd like to thank the people who say, I used to love Lewis Black, but now he doesn't write his own jokes. He only reads things that other people send him on his tablet. Write your own jokes, man. I especially love that they haven't taken the 1 second that it takes to see that Lewis does indeed do his own show, but also has extended an outlet in voice to our beloved citizens of the world. And I love that they spell Lewis wrong, which they do all the time, when it's right fucking there in front of them. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. For it's people like you that make me feel normal. Well, that's sad. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. She forgot what name she used. So but I just wanted to share. See what happened to somebody? Life changed. You had that opportunity this evening. And you pissed it away. Maybe next time. I'll be back. You can start working on it now. This is Robin Garlick. Yes, that's my name. I was named after my mother, Rosemary Garlick. That's a rant for another time. I'm a 62-year-old woman who's been thin my entire life. I'm maybe 110 pounds soaking wet. I'm very healthy and don't take any medication. I do use cannabis daily. I can't tell you how many times some heavier stranger, let's face it, some extremely large people, okay, obese people, have said to me, eat a burger, dear. Well, fuck, fatso. I would never tell an overweight stranger they should lose weight. Really? It's okay for them to comment on my weight, but I'm a bad person if I point out they should lose a few? Huh? There is this thing called a mirror that you have not seen yourself get bigger and bigger in, and is what I want to say, so I'll just say I came from a family of 7, and there wasn't much to go around that sometimes shuts them up. Sometimes shuts them up. Thank you. I always wanted to say this out loud. And I can see that some of you, that upset some of you, didn't it? That's why I love this town. That this poor girl just told you that she didn't want to be shamed for being thin, so she's yelling about people who get shamed for being fat, and you just went, I don't know how I feel. There's too much emotion. I read it in part because I've never had a thin person complain about being shamed for being thin, and for the fact that they came from a family of 7 and never got back to getting the food. I wonder if she actually goes to places where she can sit with 7 people and fight them for the food. And then I'll probably get another letter from her going, fuck you too. I'm gonna leave you with this because this is the kind of town that will appreciate this. And I mean that seriously, but there are not a lot of places I've carried this for a while, and this is, I think, a nice way to end the show, and 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 you're the audience for it, because you're the audience that couldn't decide on thin or not thin. Just ended up, you didn't laugh, you just, literally, I could hear you thinking. This is from Joan Clauser. I recently listened to an earlier Rantcast in which you related the story of your father's epiphany while at the theater. He went to see Othello when he was younger. It was Paul Robeson and Uta Hagen. I'm just giving you background, that's not here. So the lead male was a black actor and the lead female was a white woman. The script required the male character to choke the female character. Your father said his response to seeing this disturbed him, resulting in his recognizing prejudice in himself. From that time on, he chose to be mindful of any other prejudicial responses he might experience with the intention of choosing a better image. I can't stop thinking about this. The level of insight and personal strength of character you had in a father is powerful. I have a 42-year career as a social worker for people with disabilities, all kinds of disabilities, from autism to veteran, with seniors and intellectual disabilities in between. I would love to have met your father and talk about his journey. A huge part of my career has been advocating for the humanity and value of people who do not have access to the good life, in whatever way they describe it. Isn't there something in the Declaration of Independence? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Here's the thing, all of us have something by which we can be categorized. For some it's race, gender, ethnicity, neighborhood, religion, or in my case, obesity. Belonging to any of these means being treated unfairly at best and violently at worst. Many of us survive and cope because we have a circle of people who love and encourage us. Many, many people I've worked with have no one. Whatever gift your father had to be so insightful and committed to what's right is worth exploring. And man, if we could find the gene in which it lives, I'd change my perspective on genetic engineering. And thank you for sharing your story, because it gives me hope. Thank you, Joan. Thank you all. It's a pleasure to be back in Northampton, and I will take all that you've given me with you to the next town of Lowell, which is, Lowell. Wow, bitter about Lowell. Well, fuck Lowell. Let's see if they come up with more. They could really come back big if they're watching tonight in Lowell. No, it's been a pleasure. It really has, and I really do enjoy coming here. It's always a treat, and keep up whatever it is you're doing, and really, I really mean this. Try to remember that. I don't know how to say this. You guys, don't let your opinions make you crazy. Okay? That's my job. Take care of each other. Thanks for coming out. We'll be in Lowell, and then we'll be in Waterville, Maine, and Rutland, Vermont. And so I'd like to once again say it's been a pleasure. Stay out of trouble, and it's a joy to have spent time with you. Good night. We are in Lowell, Massachusetts, at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, and it's a pleasure to be back here. I didn't get to spend much time here today because we went right to the hotel, so I didn't get the opportunity. But I do know one of my favorite writers. Well, certainly a writer who's had a profound effect on me as a kid, was born and raised here, and that was Jack Kerouac, who who's on the road probably is one of the reasons I went, fuck, I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm going to get right to this because we got a lot of stuff written by the folks here. And then last night we were in Northampton, you fucking asshole. We weren't kind of there. Fucking idiots. So, and some of the things I'll be reading came from them. But I'll start with the first one from here. Stephen Saroof says, welcome to Lowell. If you didn't know, they've been trying to make this a college city for the past 7 or so years. I didn't. By the look of the crowd tonight, you'd never know. Thanks a lot, Stephen. Yeah, maybe they're doing an adult education thing you don't know about, Mr. Smarty Fuck Pants. The mascot, apparently, of the college is a river hawk. The mascot costume even has human teeth. Is that true? Yeah? Well, what the fuck is that about? A river hawk with human teeth? Fuck. If you can find a river hawk with human teeth, you can make $1 billion in this town. You don't think people would go fucking, okay, we're driving up to Boston, but I got to see that fucking river hawk. Not sure if that helps or hinders your understanding of what it looks like. I fucking haven't a clue, Stephen. Kathy Lanuet, who was in the audience last night, said, I'm here in the audience tonight, and my husband always leaves the liquid soap dispenser in the sink. He's so fucking lazy. And she was probably sitting next to him. It had me yell at him. This is from Marlene FM, and it's an important lesson from, she said, she was actually in the audience last night, and it pisses me off when people complain about staying in their house during the quarantine. As someone that worked 80 hours a week during the whole fucking thing, I really want to punch all of those parents that hated being at home with their kids. I feel I saw my kids less during the pandemic than before. As a healthcare worker, there were days where I thought, my husband is not going to let me in today. I may have to sleep in my car because of how stressful all of it was. I didn't get to learn to do fuck all than keeping working to help people. And for what? For some motherfuckers to say that this fucking shit is fake? I was in meetings where we didn't know where to put the dead bodies of how many we had. I wanted to suggest to take them to the first anti-vaxxer fucker's house, but those poor dead people didn't deserve that. I had a coworker that went to the supermarket after work, and a woman in a wheelchair was trying to get something from the shelf, and she helped her. The cunt looked at her from head to toe and told her, not from you, because she was wearing scrubs. She wanted to punch the woman and tell her, don't go to the hospital. They all wear scrubs. I wish I could have stayed home, teach my kids how to cook my ethnic food, but no. All I was able to teach my teenager was how to make a mean tequila sunrise. And fuck all that. Go ahead and judge me for that. Those are real life skills, unlike fucking gardening. Thank you, Marlene. This is Adam Belson, who was also in the audience last night, because the reason I'd said last night that it was that Northampton is one of the happiest fucking places on earth. Welcome to the happiest fucking place on earth, Lewis. That's right, I said it. Fuck Disney. This town is the happiest. Anyway, thanks for coming back. We missed you. Anyway, can you please tell me why the fuck people put their shopping carts in the middle of the aisle and let their bratty little kids run around while they're having a conversation on their phone while I'm just trying to pick out some canned sausages? Maybe you should go find a cucumber that's just the right size so I can shove it up your ass. And Abby Bernstein. I'm fucking 40 today. I want to rip my tits off. Fuck! I've never really heard that reaction to a birthday where you just go, I'm going to rip my tits off. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, happy birthday, and really don't, stay away from your tits. Let's see, I'm going to read this because this is, because someone wrote this and they're here tonight, and it's Tony Bada Bing. In his, welcome to one of the bastions of liberalism in America. You know, the places where people actually fucking live and try to get along together instead of the stupid fucking flyover states, where if you ain't a white male, you're basically fucked by crazy sons of bitches who think reality starts and ends with a reality star who raped the country of its democracy, as he has every business, human being or golf course, he's had the pleasure of planning future family members' burials on while he cheats at golf. By the way, a stupid fucking sport where one tries in vain to put a little ball in a little cup with miles of grass in between. Only those sad enough to think playing such a thing gives them some level of prestige amongst other assholes looking for a safe place to be racist, xenophobic, and homophobic. But I digress. We have our own problems here too, like trains and subways that catch fire on a bridge over water. Stop in tunnels during a heat wave, forcing all to walk through scorching underground tracks meant for the subway to travel, hoping another fucking train isn't headed right for them, since just about everyone working for the Mass Bay Transit Authority is either sleeping high or the owner of a no-show job because their cousin's friend's husband is a rep from Lowell. God, that made me laugh. And if our own problems aren't enough, the fuckers from wonderful places like locked and loaded Texas with an unapologetic governor who touts the ability to purchase high-powered guns after the slaughter of children send their issues our way. I break here to consider those innocent children killed by an 18-year-old who could buy a gun, but not legally drink a beer with more than enough firepower to defend the Alamo, standing outside and waiting while he killed children. At times I wish I believed in hell because there would be a special place for Abbott if there was. Fucking asshole. I wish I believed in heaven too, because those children and teachers would get a direct pass. But instead of rationally discussing what can be done to save children's lives, yes, children's lives, we get a lame gun law because conservatives love shooting ostriches on a ranch somewhere in the Southwest with the same weapon Ukrainians are using to defend their country. Or they have to defend themselves from the government. Talk about people that should move somewhere else. But Abbott and his counterpart in Republicanism, the party of death. Old people need to sacrifice themselves during COVID. Dangerous pregnancies have to come to terms, even if it will kill the woman carrying a child, or, of course, create laws to ostracize, discriminate, and harm children. Yes, fucking children again, who don't identify as straight. Louis, what fucking year are we in? These fuckers are also sending their unwanted illegal immigrants north in a competition of smarminess, stupidity, credulity, fuckery, whatever. Governor DeSantis, who loves a press conference with props, especially children, more than actually governing, sent a plane load of illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard this week. Must have been a lot of backpatting there in the land of strip malls and topless donut joints with a real we showed them mentality. Of course, the island of just 15,000 did what Abbott, DeSantis, Trump, and a significant percentage of their followers are incapable of even considering. They showed compassion. They found the immigrants not able to speak English. They found them shelter, fed them, and made sure there was a translator, and are working to help them. Fuck, it's not that hard. So yeah, there's lots of cronyism here. A legislature that is always in session, not a good thing. Racism and all the sordid, wonderful, and disturbing elements that come with being a human being here. But you know what? We answer the bell here when called upon. It's something that any one of the fucking asshole conservative leaders where corn outnumbers people can also do. Care for one another without trying to land a Fox fucking News soundbite or the pat on the head from a shitty, ignorant, orange-haired wannabe crime boss whose body odor, I am sure, always smells like the zoo at cleaning time. P.S. Nobody parks their fucking car in Harvard Yard, assholes. Wow. Woo. Once again, I'm going to say to those who I read it. If that upset you, write something back. Go ahead and write it back. I sit here and read it. I will read it. And a lot of the times don't get anything back. I get like, I don't need that. Say what you got to say, okay? What Tony was saying, as much as he was saying anything else, was how much he likes Lowell. That's what he was saying. And from what I gather, he's one of 12 people. I'm going to leave with this because it's just so silly and insane, and I know that there will be a lot written about this one. This is Jeremy Jackson. Hello, Lewis. My question to you is, who was the moron who said, "Happy wife, happy life"? I've been with my wife for nearly 15 years, and I learned that just because she is happy doesn't mean yours will be. What I've discovered and wish to share with all the husbands who are listening to this is simply this. Sex comes and goes, but right is for fucking ever. I love being right. Nothing feels better than shoving it in her smug face. Sure, she may withhold sex, but remember, fellas, she's also holding it from herself, and if you don't think she wants it almost as bad as you do, then you are truly lost. I can promise you this, she won't withhold herself for too long, and she will find herself grudgingly coming back to you. And that, oh God, gentlemen, is the best sex ever. I want to thank everybody who wrote in tonight. I want to thank the good folks of Lowell for coming out this evening. Tomorrow night we'll be in Waterville, Maine, and then on to Rutland, Vermont. And check out the lewisblack.com and tell you the rest of our schedule. And it's been a pleasure spending time with you. Take care of each other. Good night. Thanks to all of you for listening to my Rantcast. If you have a rant you want to get off your chest, send it in to me at lewisblack.com/live. You can think of it as therapy, or whatever you want to think of it as. Just let it rip. And I want to thank the true stars of our show, the ranters, and the splendid rants they gave us. Lewis Black's Rantcast was created and hosted by me, Lewis Black. Our live rant audio was produced by James Salter. Theme song by Chris Lane. Executive producer, Ben Brewer. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcast.